What up, YouTube fam? It's your man Logician, back again with some more true science and hot knowledge. I'm doing this video on how to get out of the friend zone, stay out of the friend zone, / why women like mysterious guys. And this goes out to all you nice guys out there that keep getting told, "Oh, you're a great guy. You're wonderful, man. Any girl would be lucky to have you as her girlfriend or her wife. But I can't go on a date with you because I think of you as just a friend." Right? The words of death. As far as, especially coming from a woman you're attracted to. And it's a serious problem that a lot of guys have. I just got off the phone with one of my homeboys down south. And he was explaining to me that this was this girl he really liked, but she was sending him mixed messages. And he said that the girl would come over, and chill with him or whatever. Nothing would happen, nothing would happen sexually, nothing like that, but they would just talk. But she just wanted to be his friend. But she didn't want to take it past that. So I said, "Okay, yeah, you in the friend zone." He was like, "Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm in the friend zone." And really, the friend zone situation is really mostly women that mostly the 70% of women that respond to relationships in a completely emotional way without any type of logical decision making, as far as being any type of logic being part of the process of the decisions they make, as far as who's going to be their mate. Most women apply to this situation right here. You have the other 20 to 25% of women that employ logic and emotional stimulation, and you got another like 10% of the women that usually just employ logic when dealing with relationships. They think like men. But women that put nice guys in the friend zone usually tend to be in this part of 70% of women that just react completely off of emotions. Because a woman that's using logic would understand that even though this guy may not be the most exciting and mysterious guy in the world, he's the best man for the job when it comes to being in a relationship, okay, where two parties come together and try to make each other's lives better. So you got to understand, first off, the kind of woman you're dealing with, number one. And this is what I explained to my man, is that the woman he was dealing with, he was saying he told her how he felt about her. He told her that she would never have to deal with none of this stuff she dealt with all these other guys, all this other kind of stuff, right? Making a logical argument as to why she should be with him. I told him, I said, "Look, man, you being logical about it, you explain to her in a logical manner is not going to get her to accept you as her man. Because it's obviously not working. She does not employ logic when making decisions about a relationship. The only thing she's going to respond to is whether or not you stimulate her emotions. Simple as that." So I asked him a little more digging. I realized that he had made more typical mistakes that put men in the friend zone. One of the big ones, man, is pouring your emotions out to a woman. Okay, especially a woman like this that responds to emotional stimulation. When you pour your emotions out to a woman, you tell her how you feel about her and how much you love her and care for her, and nobody, you can treat her like nobody else, and she's a queen and she's a goddess, and you would take care of her and love her and all this other kind of stuff. Women like that tend to think of men that pour out their emotions as being submissive to them, okay? And what happens is the nice guy thinks that this is the way to go because all of the movies and love songs and your mama told you need to be a nice guy and a gentleman and all of the crap they show you in the media, right? And I explained in my other videos how this has nothing to do with attraction, especially with this type of woman. The only thing she's going to respond to is whether or not you stimulate her emotions, not respond to them. Okay? So first of all, to get out of the friend zone, you have to first cut off, the emotional relationship you have with this woman. because that's what's keeping you in the friend zone. You pouring out your emotions to her and allowing her to pour out her emotions to you. You know, you sitting there listening to all of the, you know, problems and she's had with these other knuckleheads, and you listen to her, and you're always there for emotional support. Okay, you're responding to her emotions. You're not stimulating them. That's the difference between you and a bad boy, or, as I explained in my other videos on the alpha male, the universally attractive man. Okay. You have to be in a power position in the relationship to stimulate her emotions, not respond to them. And what women really do when they say, I think of you as just a friend, what they're really saying is, what they really are doing is, women have categories for men. Okay, there's a bad boy, right? He's kind of, there's a nice guy. If they ever meet one, there's the universally attractive man, and then there's her girlfriends that she talks to about her relationships and her emotions and all this other kind of stuff. So when you listen to a woman's emotions and then you respond to them by reciprocating, you reciprocate by saying how you will never have to deal with this if you were my woman, I love you, you know, I'll take care of you, and all this other kind of stuff. You're responding to her emotions just like her girlfriends would. Yeah, girl, it's gonna be okay, you know, you ain't got, you know, what she's doing is she thinks of you subconsciously as one of her girlfriends, not a man she's attracted to, because she's not talking about any of that kind of stuff with a man she's attracted to. Right? She's not talking about her ex-boyfriends and how all this stuff she has. She's not talking about none of that to a man she's attracted to. So she's talking to you about it, though. She's treating you like one of her girlfriends. You have to cut that crap out. Alright? First of all, you have to make yourself scarce. You have to show this woman that no, she can't have you and get your attention anytime she wants to. Alright? She's going to have to work for it. You're a man of value. And things of value, there aren't that many of. Okay? Or the supply of something that's valuable is very low. Your time is valuable. Okay, your presence, your personality, your character, who you are as a man is valuable. So you don't have time to just sit around and allow her to suck it all up. And that's what she's doing. Alright, so this is what you have to do. You have to remove yourself from the position you've already put yourself in as one of her girlfriends. You have to let her know you are a man. Straight up. You're a man of value, and you're a man that she needs to be attracted to and get with, or she's gonna lose out. So first rule is you have to be willing to let the relationship go. And that you and her, you might lose her as a friend by doing this, but you have to be willing in your mind to say, it's okay, I'm going to be a man rather than one of her girlfriends. And if we do lose a relationship as us just being friends, that's cool. Okay? And you having that mindset and removing yourself from that situation, right? You're now taking back the power. Y'all see me on tape 2.